And while many players are focused on the season ahead, one Dragons player is also keeping one eye on his post-playing career as an officer in the U.S. military. 2 News reporter Adam Reif shares his story.
Jacob Hurtubise is all about speed on the base paths and here in the outfield. In fact, Baseball America ranked him the fastest player in the entire Reds organization. That's before he even played a game. But he's also a precision player whose military training has set him up for a career in professional baseball and beyond.
I had to Google what West Point even was.
When Jacob Hurtubise was being recruited out of high school, he had no idea West Point was a service academy, but he quickly realized it was the right fit.
Knowing that I have 5 years of service to serve, our great country, that was the decision that I didn't take lightly.
At the top of their lineup, it's one of the hardest outs. Jacob Hurtubise on a 16-game hitting streak.
A cadet's day begins before 7 and is carefully regimented. It includes structured classes, meals, drill and instruction, and extracurricular activities. And that's before you add in a Division I athlete's training, practice, and game schedule.
When they walk out of here, it's very impressive, and they do turn into great leaders who have tremendous values.
Jim Foster coached Hurtubise at West Point, but arrived after he had already been recruited.
When I walked out on the field and, for our first workout and saw Jacob, I said, whoa, what do we got here? He just had electricity in his body.
Hurtubise developed into an All-American at West Point and was named the Conference Defensive Player of the Year in center field. But no matter the success, Hurtubise prepared for the active duty service that awaits West Point graduates. But in 2019, a policy change allowed Service Academy athletes to play professionally if given the chance.
That just opened the door and made my decision so much easier. To be able to, sign and to be able to just come and play immediately after graduation.
So for now, his military obligations are on hold. A lot of teams were in contact leading up to the draft, but the pandemic slashed the draft from 40 rounds to just 5. Hurtubise was not drafted. 2 days after graduation, he drove home to Indianapolis through the night.
9 a.m. I had the Cincinnati Reds calling. I had the Chicago Cubs calling, Detroit Tigers.
The Cincinnati Reds organization were the best fit.
Stolen base attempt by Hurtubise. He's in at second. The throw leaks to center. Outman tosses to third. Hurtubise is safe there as well.
As he begins his first professional season, he's grateful for the resilience, determination, and discipline he learned at West Point.
I can't thank enough the coaching staffs there that I played under, just the development and the time that they put into me as a player. It made for a great 4 years, a very challenging 4 years, but I wouldn't trade it for the world.
We're all proud of him. He's an even better person than he's a tremendous baseball player. And I'm glad he's doing well, but he's an incredible person.
Jacob Hurtubise says one of the first things he did after signing with the Reds organization was to look up the stolen base records. So far, he says nobody's challenged him to a one-on-one foot race. At Day Air Ballpark, I'm Adam Reif for Baseball Night in Dayton.